Peace, y'all. Welcome to the RPM Roundtable. We got Sean, the Lawnmower Man, with us today. Rich did a little welding on his pipe for his new motor. He's got the Rok GP. You're pretty excited about that?
Very excited.
Right, so you were on the Rotax before.
Right.
And you raced the Rotax with the Rok guys, right?
Yep.
And did they crush you?
Oh yeah, I got lapped.
Not even close. So you're looking forward to whipping some rear then?
Very much, yeah.
Brand new Virgin motor. Going to have to take his time breaking it in.
Yeah.
So we got this thing all drilled up and set up. We had to do a little internet work with the telephone. He's a young guy, right? So you ought to be good at that kind of thing. Found the homologation chart and where this thing was measured. We also called Kim Watsky. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
From PKT. He gave us a number that he suggested. We also called Bob Cole, the old horse from the barn, the old Budweiser, Clydesdale, Bob Cole himself, and got a number from him as well. And then so Sean picked out a spot. So tell us, how did you get started racing go-karts? Did your dad get you involved, son?
No, I used to work at Grosse Ile Airport. Guy came in, turned out to be a crew chief for the American Le Mans series.
Okay.
For Team Cadillac.
To the airport?
Yeah, because we.
Did you work at the airport?
I did.
Oh, okay.
And I was watching an F1 race, and he's like, "You ever think about go-karts?" I'm like, "Go-karts?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You want to buy one?" So he showed it to me.
So how old are you at this time? You're working, so you're at least 16, 17,
17, yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
he's a kid, right? All right.
Yeah. So he brings a shifter cart up to Grosse Ile Airport and lets me in. For
This
the first
guy
time.
just brings his go-kart back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because he only lived right next door to the airport, pretty much where I was.
And
also.
he's a team member for an ALMS.
Yep, for Team Cadillac.
Nice.
You didn't remember this guy's name?
Brad Bunting. Yeah.
Brad
Bunting.
Bunting. That name sounds familiar. Why
Yeah.
does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
All the Cadillac guys came into the go-kart joint
Oh. Cool.
and rode go-karts with us. But, it's interesting. I ask how, because everybody has their own way. I mean, we were born into it, right?
Yeah.
So we couldn't get away from it. But like Tony with the 250, right? Tony Cantanero. What's up, Tony?
What's happening, Tom?
And little Kevin, the bald guy that cooked the food for us last time. Those guys, they didn't know anything about go-karts until they started coming up to the go-kart jump.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Oh wow.
And Tony, man, I mean, he went from a Yamaha sprint kart. He raced at Daytona on the sprint track in a Yamaha. I don't know, it was direct drive or Yamaha Y Seniors, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting off. It's just it's interesting to hear the different ways how people get
Made their way in.
exposed to it. Up here on Tuesday, we have a new guy. His name's Jack Heidman. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. He's a buddy of Wayne Rumsey's,
Okay.
right? He's the young engineer kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We gave him a ride in the four-banger like we did with you. Well, by the way, what'd you think of the four-banger?
It was good. It was fun.
It was pretty cool,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
it? I told people I was so fired up that you weren't sitting up, in the corners because that you just laid right down and just accepted the experience, right?
Yep.
He jumped right. He didn't know nothing, right? I mean, he ran around a parking lot in a Formula SAE. That's all he ever knew, but that I know of. So we put him in that thing. And he had a great time. He ran the guts out of that crap shaker when we had the animal engine on it.
Yeah.
And he's going to be there with his own cart.
Oh, cool.
He's got a lay-down Yamaha cart, probably just like Wayne's. He's dealing with a lad, so
Good man.
I expect he's going to have, these engineer guys. I mean, you've seen Wayne's go-kart. You talk about, you just look at it and it looks like everybody else's lay-down. He starts moving things and showing you things, and you're like, wow, man, look at what he did here.
Yeah.
So
especially the headrest.
right,
Yep.
so
Yep.
like very very technical. He put some thought into that. I mean, we would think, oh man, 100 hours worth of thought. And it was probably something he was thinking about on the crapper one morning.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I could probably, I'll stop at the RC shop on the way home from work, and sure as he gets a couple little springs and shocks, and look what he did.
Yep.
That's crazy.
But so Jack is a new guy that came he took the four-banger for a ride, and look, boom, we got another new guy. So the track days help out. You've been doing the track day with us. The first time is when you got the nickname the Lawnmower Man, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right? What section of the lawn did you do? Did you cut? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was right after the jump, coming into the first turn, and I don't know if I ran over something. It felt like a lead weight, and I thought it just blew a hole in the side pod. And I looked down for a second, I looked back up, and I'm all going off in the grass.
Bootying through the grass, and
you had to come pull me out. And
and hence the
name
Lawnmower Man, fastest lawnmower at the track that day.
Right.
But
I think I've been off every corner at that track at one time or another. Either driving over my head or brakes weren't adjusted right. I came over that jump before and come down. As soon as I landed, I hit the brakes, and it was all back brake, and it swapped ends, and I'm out in the grass, spinning around, going, when is this going to stop?
So, shifter cart comes back to the airport. You're a kid. He lets you take it for a ride. You take it for a ride. What did you just go back and forth, or did you actually make some corners and put some G-force into it? Or?
Not so much. Yeah, it was pretty much just banging gears,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it was insane. Like,
and you were like, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, this is like, it was just so violent, and like no helmet, so just wind in your face.
Oh, nice,
yeah,
nice.
It was crazy. I'm like, let's go. Yeah.
The boss wasn't around, obviously.
I think he was there. Yeah.
Did he ride it too?
I don't know if he did, but his stepson got in it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here we are. How many years later now? We don't want to give away your age or anything like that, but he doesn't have any gray, folks. So he's still young. He's still young.
That was, I think, 2004.
Okay, so we're almost 20 years in now. So you went and bought Yamaha sprint car?
No Yamaha. I kept the shifter for.
Oh, you bought that guy's go-kart?
Yeah.
You bought his go-kart?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first one. It was I want to say it was like a 1998 DAP cart, full brakes all the way around, with a CR125.
Okay.
Did
you actually take it to a track?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
East Lansing.
Lansing.
Crozeel.
Is that how you met? What's his name? The bald guy, short little bald guy. What's his name? With the loudmouth. He used to come to the track all the time with Mike.
Burrell?
Yeah, and man, I'm sorry, I don't mean to call him the bald guy, but dang it, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. He had the Red Bull cart.
Oh, Carlson.
Yes.
Christian.
There you go. I should know that.
You gotta come back to the track, man.
Yeah. We wouldn't be stumbling over ourselves if you were around all the time. Get off that Harley and get back into go.
Exactly.
So is that where you met those guys? Were you running that cart and they were there, or?
I think I met them at Waterford one year. My fuel pump collapsed. I ended up getting a Leopard after that, and yeah.
So you went to Waterford with a shifter cart too?
Yep.
So how long did you have that DAP shifter cart, and what happened to it?
I ended up probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years, that I had it, and then I ended up selling it because. The airport, my boss was pretty much closing the FBO, so I'm like, well, I don't really know where my job's going. It's kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold it to a guy. He had no intentions of racing on the track. He was just driving.
Gonna rip it around the neighborhood.
And he was taking back to Pennsylvania. So I sold that. I made it 6 months, 5-6 months. Bought a Leopard with a Tony kart, and then
Why did you get it on Craigslist or something, or did you go to a kart shop? Did you go to Bill's place downriver or something?
To sell it, or
to buy a Leopard? Why'd you go looking for a tag cart? Or how'd you end up with a tag cart?
I needed another cart. I thought I was done, and then within that.
And what, did you just get on the phone there and look something up, go-karts, and next thing you know you're somewhere buying a go-kart?
Started playing around on eBay.
eBay!
eBay! There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the Sam's Club for guys who are lazy.
Yeah, I met some guy off of, he drove in from, I don't know, Wisconsin or something like that, and we just met over in Chicago off of Lakeshore Drive, and
I'll be there.
put it in the back of the pickup truck, and took
So
it.
there you go. So you get the push button. You don't need any help, other
Yep.
than whatever. And you were throwing it in the back of the car or something, or did you have the little trailer?
I had a Ranger at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're throwing it in the back of the trailer, and you were still going to Lansing.
Right. Yep.
So how long did you race in Lansing?
Not very often. Like, it almost kind of turned into bumper cars a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The short little tracks are kind of like that.
Right.
You get frustrated just following, knowing, if this guy wasn't here, I could probably go a little faster and say, hey, nerf.
Yep.
And yeah.
And yeah, it's just for the amount of money and time and stuff.
Never
like
been
that I
my
put
cup
in
of tea either, but.
Yeah.
So first road race is in that same cart.
Right.
At Waterford Hills.
I had one in the shifter too, but yeah, I got pushed from behind off that back straight, and then there's like the 90 degree and then another straight.
Right.
I got pushed a little bit going into that corner, and that spun me off, bent the axle 90 degrees, and that was still in the shifter. But then,
Okay.
yeah.
So you'd been to a road track one time, not a great experience. You get rid of the you fix up the go-kart, you get rid of the go-kart, you get another go-kart. How many, 6 years later, you said?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, so so now you go to Waterford again with the tag cart?
Yep.
Okay, so,
Yeah, they
but
started
you hadn't
with
been to Grattan yet.
Have not, no. I think Grattan first time was like 13 or 14. 20.
What did you think about Grattan the first time? When you rolled in there the first time and saw
Oh, it was
those hills,
awesome.
what did you think?
It was awesome, man. It was, I mean, the place is so huge. Like, yeah, it's nothing like I've ever experienced before. It's crazy.
Man, I'm telling you, we if you love Grattan, Road Atlanta is a giant Grattan.
Okay.
It's got big, long, fast straightaways.
Elevation change.
Huge and long duration elevation change and blind. I mean, it is. Grattan is good fun, but it's almost like a sprint track compared to Road Atlanta. It's like the same thing but stretched out.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
especially in the
Road
lay down cart, Road Atlanta is so much fun, man, because it's super fast and it's blind enough to scare the pants off you. Grattan got some blind stuff too, especially laying down. It had to be a different perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Altogether.
Yeah, coming to that was 1, 2,
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you lock the front brakes
Yeah.
up a little bit there, didn't you?
You saw
I
that.
told you those brakes are touchy, man. They're
Yeah.
so powerful. We should probably take those front brakes right off that car. 'Cause it doesn't really
Yeah.
go fast enough to need them.
It's got
But we
way-
had them, so I put them on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw that. You know,
way too much
locked
brake
it up.
for that cart. Yeah.
Locked it up.
But it's nice to have.
Yeah.
The first time I drove that thing and came through the bowl,
Mm.
and I was like, you come up and make that right hander and then go into the bowl. And I just got on the gas and I'm like, I'm not going to have to lift even going through 9. I just whip it sideways and go through there.
Yeah.
And so it started picking up some speed. I said, wow, this thing will be doing probably 80, 85 miles an hour by the time I get there. And I hit the brakes and I slowed down way too much. I had to get back on the gas just to make the corner. It was like,
Well,
what a
that's
dumbass.
what makes that go-kart fun, especially for people who have gone 130 or 40 or whatever in a
Yeah.
go-kart. Even 100 miles an hour in a go-kart, the thing doesn't go that fast. The things don't come at you as quick. But it's like the indoor go-kart, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can run around the whole track with your foot down.
Yeah.
But,
But-
you really, I mean, you know, if there's anyone else around, you're taking your life in your hands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If it gets away from you, you hit something that doesn't move. And that's kind of like that thing is the track is faster than the go-kart, but there are some places where you're really not completely sold. And,
Yeah.
and you kept riding it, they're getting off the gas in turn 1. We're making a movie. So, that's Sherry, by the way. She doesn't want to be on the movie. So after the tag cart, when you got into the road tax, well, you had the Leopard for a long time though.
Yep.
You just got into the road tax probably MIS time, right?
I think
4 or 5 years ago.
I picked up the Rotax at Mid-Ohio in 2016.
Okay, so it was when you and Dave were racing together,
Yep.
and you told me that the Leopard was better at some tracks and the Rotax was better at some tracks, and at MIS the Rotax was better, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes. And the Leopard was also down on power, I think, by like maybe 2 horsepower or something like that.
So on the big end, the Rotax would pull away on the
Right.
oval at MIS.
Yeah.
So Rotax days come and gone. Dave moved to the Rock
Rotax,
motor,
yeah.
right? He hasn't
Yeah.
run it yet.
Yeah, he ran it all last year.
Okay, so he did. He went to Mid Ohio with it. He went to Nelson with it.
Yep.
Right. Did he go to Pittsburgh? I
I
don't think he went to
I don't think we
Pittsburgh.
went to that, no.
So, but he bought a used motor.
Right.
You got a brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna dig this.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
pumped.
good fun.
I
So,
can't wait.
is it ready to go for Tuesday?
Just about, yep. I gotta load some pads in the front brakes, put the rear hubs on, put the gas tank in, and
You
spray
coming
it
up
in.
Monday and spending the night, or you?
Yeah, I got
Right, cool.
Monday, Tuesday off work, so.
Cool. Will you load in the other side of the big garage, and
Okay.
we'll hang out together. Yeah.
Cool.
So there you go, folks. Little garage talk roundtable action with Sean the Lawnmower Man, the new owner of a brand new.
Thank you very
Rock
much, Rich.
GP,
for,
It's all
well
good.
job
man.
on that.
Anything to get you on the track.
It's nice
We'll
work.
bring you
That's what we
some.
do.
We'll bring you some more movies from the track. Until then, I'm Robert,
I'm Richard.
Sean?
and that's Sean the Lawnmower Man, and we're at RPM and we're having a good time. God bless. Godspeed,
guys.
y'all.
See ya.
See ya.